皆さんは今度こそそれに目覚めなければならないので、ある仕掛けをして生まれてきました。
Therefore, because you have to wake up this lifetime finally, therefore you came to be born on this planet with a certain trick, arrangement.
そうやって、このまず3つ書きましたけど、この1つの丸がですね、
I have made three circles here, and the one on the left is your earlier lifetime.
そうですね。そうすると、この皆さんがずっとこうインカレッジしてるんですけれども、今あなたがいつもパターンを持って考えたり失敗したり、同じパターンを繰り返して。
So, we've been all doing the reincarnation, living through reincarnation, but perhaps we all have a certain pattern of thinking, pattern of behavior, always doing the same. And the head knows it. But things don't go so well.
それは過去から引きずっているものがあります。
And often those are what you've been dragging from earlier lifetime.
これはですね、実際に私たちのセッションの中で、トミーがそのチャネリングをやるわけですけども。
And in the sessions we give, Tomi Shigeru, he plays a role.
もしそのある人がですね、いつもそのパターンで悩んでるとしたら、その悩みがどこから発生してきたかっていうことを見るために過去線に戻ります。
Therefore, with his help, when there is a person who has a certain problem, repeating again, then we go back to a certain earlier lifetime where this was happening. And then we go back to that moment when this person was dying, at the moment of dying in that lifetime, particular lifetime. And at that time, that was a feeling with a physical body. And they all die with the help of Mr. Tomi, of course. Excuse me. They all die saying, "Oh, what a shame! I didn't manage it." Like that. They all die that way. And while they are just going like this, the spirit leaves the body. As soon as you left the body, you are back to your higher self, the inner God itself. This center is actually I am. This inner God is I am.
いつも I am でスタートしますね。そしてこの I am はですね、なぜこういうふうな感情で終わったかということを全部話します。
And this I am, or this higher self, begins to explain why I had to die this way of saying, I didn't make it, and so on.
そして、私は本当の自分を見ようとしなかったというのがほとんどです。
And in most cases it is like, I really did not try to look at my true self. And that what was taught was so strong. Therefore, here is a realization, I want to have another chance.
ですからもう一回ですね、その肉体を持って生まれてきたいと。
So I decide to be born again one more time with a physical body.
それがあなたです。
That's you.
おまけにですね、今度こそと思うんですが、一旦
Besides, you think, yeah, now finally this lifetime, I must make the breakthrough. But once you are born, you forget it. So we have to do a certain prevention method to prevent forgetting this important thing. Forgetting proof. Forgetting proof system.
そして、それが何かというと、親と生まれて前半、人生の前半はこの過去での気持ちをもう一回思い出す必要があります。
So So, in the first half of your life, it is necessary that you get reminded of that earlier lifetime.
そしてくたびれた頃にですね、これをやめる。
And at the moment that you slowly get enough of it, you stop doing that.
そして本当の自分に向かおう。
Then you try to go forward to the real self.
こんなことがあってももう一度思い出さないと何しに来たかはわからない。
But then, whatever, you have to remember one more time what had happened in that earlier lifetime.
それでこの苦しい時期を過ごします。
Therefore,
過去性を思い出す作業です。
this hard time in the first half of life is actually that is a work time in order to remember the earlier lifetime.
それで協力者が必要だった。
And you needed a person who would help you, cooperative person, so that you can get reminded of earlier lifetime, how you died.
その協力者に頼んで大体家族になってもらいました。
And then you asked this helper to become your family. So your family is actually the helper to remind you of what you had to be reminded.
じゃあここにですね、そのプルーフ、なんですけど、
Forget proof. Forget proof system.
今日は日本の方がね多いので、如来様とかわかりますよね。
Today,
薬師如来とか。
so I would say in the rather Japanese version, Nyorai, or the central deity, is there.
如来はね、名前じゃなくてですね、私は私という I am に完全に戻った人のことを如来という。
Actually, that central deity is the person who has become I am, totally united with higher self.
後でちょっと時間がないように。
The time is going on.
観音様、それから菩薩、如来という段階があるんです。悟りの段階。
We have such stages like Kuan Yin, Bodhisattva, and so on.
だけれど、その修行した悟りとは全然関係ない。
But this is different from that Buddhistic hard training enlightenment.
その段階がありますから、後から時間があったら説明します。
If we have time left, I'll talk about that also.
はい、それで、この如来はですね、如来さんの脇に脇地っていうのがあるけど、わかりますか？脇に。
In the middle, we have this perfect deity, and on both sides, we have side deities.
日光菩薩とか月光菩薩。
Like the sunlight bodhisattva and the moonlight bodhisattva, for instance.
あれ、趣味で名前がついてるんじゃないんだよ。
It's not just a hobby to make them sound beautiful.
ちゃんと意味があった。
There were certain significance about that.
しかもあなたの過去性を思い出すシステムなんです。
And that is also a system to remind you of earlier lifetime.
はい、月というのは光を反射して自分からは光を出しません。
The sun, the moon, does not does not radiate, but reflects light.
それで、いつも人に合わせて自分がどういう人間かって決める人を好きにされる。
So we can compare us, such person, to the moon, those people who suit themselves to expectation of other people.
常に私は私がやりたいからやろうって、私が感じたからやろうと思う人は自分の内側から光を出している人なので、構成つまり意図。
And those people who act according to the inner feeling, they radiate. Therefore, we compare such a person to the sun bodhisattva.
ちょっと脱線します。
Now, I go a little bit further sideway.
脱線の緑で有名なの。
I'm very good in sidewalk. Sidewalk Midori is my nickname.